Thanks for joining us. Welcome to ARIRANG News Break on this Friday, July 22nd. I'm Han-daeun in Seoul. We begin with some alarming remarks from Donald Trump, U.S. presidential nominee for the Republican Party, that could affect future Seoul-Washington relations. Donald Trump has reiterated his stance that U.S. allies, including South Korea, might have to contribute more if they want U.S. military protection in the future. In an interview with the New York Times, the Republican nominee for president said that if he wins the White House in November, he's willing to tell America's allies that if they don't pay more, they will be defending themselves. On South Korea, Trump said North Korea has become stronger and built a more powerful nuclear arsenal over the past several years, and there's no guarantee U.S. troop presence will lead to peace in the region. He also mentioned the possibility of abandoning certain NATO members if they were attacked, saying he would first look into how much they were contributing to the U.S. Trump is due to give his acceptance speech to the Republican National Convention soon. A U.S.-based research institute says it may have pinpointed one of North Korea's secret facilities for enriching uranium used in its nuclear bombs. The Institute for Science and International Studies says the facility is located some 45 kilometers west of the Yongbyon nuclear facility. The facility is believed to be within an aircraft part factory built into a mountain next to Panghyon Air Base. Although the institute said there's no evidence the facility is still operational, if North Korea does have another nuclear facility other than its Yongbyon facility, this newly found place is the most likely spot for the regime to enrich uranium. Turkey has suspended its implementation of obligations to Europe's human rights treaty following President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's declaration of a temporary state of emergency. Woo Jung-hee has the latest.
As President Erdogan attempts to cleanse the virus after last Friday's failed coup, the Turkish government has decided to temporarily suspend the European Convention on Human Rights while the state of emergency is in effect. Article 15 of the treaty allows Turkey to derogate certain rights such as freedom of movement, expression, and association under a public emergency situation. Turkey's decision follows similar measures implemented by France during its state of emergency, which has been in place since last year. The Council of Europe has confirmed Turkey's decision. A spokesman says the emergency provision cannot be used to justify the suspension of fair trials or torture. Turkey also has the obligation to regularly inform the Council of the latest developments and what parts of the convention will be affected. Meanwhile, a Greek court has found 8 Turkish soldiers who landed in Greece in a military helicopter guilty of entering the country illegally, but they received a light sentence and will be held in custody.
We want to thank the Greek people for their support. We apologize for the tumult we have caused for the Greek state, but we have no other choice. We are very distressed with the situation in Turkey.
President Erdogan has used the failed coup to justify tightening control on citizens. Local residents remain divided on the state of emergency. Oh Jung-hee, ARIRANG News.
French President François Hollande says Brexit negotiations should begin as soon as possible, even though he respects the UK's decision to leave the European Union. He made the remarks in Paris on Thursday after meeting Britain's new Prime Minister, Theresa May. Mrs. May said she wanted to maximize opportunities for the UK and the EU. She also stressed that France and Britain would continue to collaborate on issues like counter-terrorism and emphasized the UK would continue to meet its NATO obligations. Mr. Hollande also thanked Prime Minister May for her message of solidarity in the wake of the truck terror attack in Nice. The European Central Bank has reaffirmed its will on its quantitative easing program and has decided to keep unchanged its interest rates and stimulus measures. While it's too early to assess Brexit impact, the ECB president says the bank is ready to do everything possible to keep the market stable. Park Jong-ho reports.
ECB President Mario Draghi said it was too early to tell how Brexit would impact the Eurozone's fragile economic recovery. He made a point that the ECB stimulus measures and central bank's pledges to provide liquidity had helped, quote, keep market stress contained.
Following the UK referendum on EU membership, our assessment is that euro area financial markets have weathered the spike in uncertainty and volatility with encouraging resilience.
He projected the failed coup in Turkey would have only a limited impact on the Eurozone, but could pose a huge burden should the political instability become drawn out. In particular, he said the ECB's Governing Council would continue to monitor market developments closely, and that if warranted would use, quote, all the instruments available within its mandate, pointing to the prevailing uncertainties at the moment. Last month, Mr. Draghi told EU leaders the Brexit vote could undermine Eurozone growth by up to 0.5% over the next 3 years. Park Jong-hong, ARIRANG News.
And that's all for now. Keep it tuned to ARIRANG for more domestic and global headlines throughout the day. Thank you for watching.